Greetings, dear subscribers. Get ready for an exciting surprise that may help millions of Americans who are struggling financially. The Social Security Administration has proposed a massive stimulus program that guarantees recipients of various federal benefits a whopping $5,500 direct payment. This massive inflow of funds is welcome to Updates Area, your reliable source for the most recent information on Social Security and the fourth stimulus checks designed specifically for American seniors, including SSI. Set to ripple through households across the country, this program offers a much-needed lifeline amidst the unrelenting tide of economic uncertainties and skyrocketing costs of living. SSDI and VIA beneficiaries. I hope that everyone is doing well. Let's get started in a way that is both compassionate and foresighted. The Social Security Administration has painstakingly created a detailed plan to allocate this considerable financial assistance. The $5,500 direct payment will find its way to this extensive program. Attempts to strengthen the financial foundations of some of the most vulnerable groups in our society, such as senior citizens and people struggling with financial hardships, by putting benefits into the hands of those who depend on Social Security retirement benefits, supplemental security income, Social Security disability insurance, and Veterans Affairs VIA benefits, with disabilities and the brave men and women who have bravely served our country. Now let's examine the specifics of this historic announcement, which reveals the much-anticipated payment dates that will no doubt be marked on the calendars of many recipients of Social Security retirement benefits. The following is the distribution schedule. If you were born between the 1st and 10th of the month, your reward will be distributed on July 12, 2024. If you were born between the 11th and the 20th, set your calendar for July 19, 2024. The 21 and 31. On July 26, 2024, recipients of supplemental security income will receive their payment. On July 1, 2024, SSI recipients will receive their $5,500 direct payment from the NSA. As for those who depend on Social Security disability insurance, they can all exhale with relief. SSDI. The dates of payment are spaced out based on birthdays. Your money will arrive on July 3rd if your birthday occurs between the 1st and 10th of the month. Those who are born between the 11th and 20th can expect their payment on July 10th of 2024. Our country's heroes, the veterans and their families who receive benefits like disability compensation pensions or survivors' benefits, should mark their calendars for July 1st, 2024, when their $5,500 direct payment will be paid. Veterans 21 and 31 will receive their monies on July 17th, 2024. To emphasize that these payment dates could change, and beneficiaries are encouraged to stay vigilant and keep an eye on official channels of communication for any updates or changes from the Social Security Administration. The eligibility for this significant financial aid is extensive, covering a wide range of beneficiaries. The $5,500 direct payment is available to people who are currently receiving Social Security retirement benefits, as well as those who are dependent on SSI benefits, which are intended to support people with limited income and resources. In a similar vein, people who are receiving SSDI benefits because of a disability that prevents them from working are also eligible. Additionally, this comprehensive stimulus package will cover the benefits that our country's veterans and their families receive in the form of disability compensation, pensions, or survivors' benefits. It's important to note that eligibility requirements may vary based on individual circumstances, and beneficiaries are encouraged to consult with the Social Security Administration. The distribution process for the $5,500 direct payment has been painstakingly streamlined to ensure that eligible beneficiaries can receive their funds without having to navigate time-consuming application processes or additional paperwork. These payments will be automatically deposited. For specific eligibility requirements and guidelines, see the Department of Veterans Affairs or the Security Administration. The impact of this $5,500 direct payment stimulus is expected to ripple throughout the lives of millions of Americans who depend on federal benefits. It will go straight into the same accounts where recipients currently receive their regular benefit payments, removing needless obstacles and guaranteeing a smooth delivery of this financial aid. This infusion of cash might offer numerous households a much-needed break from the never-ending financial responsibilities they've been bearing, whether it be from the stress of housing fees, electricity bills, or necessary medical expenses. This stimulus gift may act as a lifeline for recipients, allowing them to breathe a little easier and possibly even give local economies a much-needed boost as they spend these extra funds on goods and services. In addition, the stimulus package's implementation demonstrates the government's unwavering commitment to helping the most vulnerable members of our society, recognizes the special difficulties experienced by elderly people with disabilities, and our country's veterans, and works to reduce some of the financial strain they may be feeling in these difficult economic times. But it's important to understand that while the $5,500 direct payment represents a significant step in the appropriate way long-term, it might not be a permanent panacea. Many beneficiaries struggle financially, and in order to address the underlying reasons of financial insecurity and provide a long-lasting safety net for the poor, continued efforts and policy discussions will be required, as the announcement of the motivation of the $5,500 direct payment is still felt. Beneficiaries receiving Social Security SSIS, SSDI, and VIA benefits across the country can exhale in unison with relief at the prospect of financial assistance. With the confirmed payment dates now available, recipients can make plans and get ready for the arrival of as the distribution process moves forward. Beneficiaries will likely experience some relief from some of the financial burdens they've been carrying around thanks to these funds. However, policymakers and stakeholders must also stay vigilant and informed about any updates or changes to the eligibility requirements or payment schedule. By providing this significant financial support, the government is demonstrating its commitment to protecting the well-being of its citizens, particularly those who have dedicated their lives to working and serving their communities. This will allow researchers to continue looking for long-term solutions to address the underlying economic challenges faced by vulnerable populations. Even while the $5,500 direct payment won't cover every expense, it's a significant step in the right direction for people who depend on government assistance to have a more stable and respectable future. However, it's crucial to recognize that this one-time boost might not be enough to address the ongoing financial difficulties encountered by people who depend on government assistance. Many Social Security beneficiaries' benefit amounts for DI and VIA have been struggling to keep up with the relentless increase in the cost of living, which includes housing, utilities, healthcare, and other necessities. Policymakers and advocacy groups must keep pushing for more comprehensive and sustainable solutions that go beyond short-term relief measures because have been steadily rising, leaving many households in a perpetual struggle to make ends meet. This could involve re-examining the formulas used to calculate benefit amounts, making sure they appropriately depict the actual expenses beneficiaries confront, further investigating methods to deliver cost-of-living adjustments on a more regular basis. COLAs or additional payments could assist stop benefits from decreasing over time as a result of inflation. Moreover, it's critical to address the more extensive structural problems that lead to financial instability among disadvantaged groups, may significantly lessen the demand on social safety net programs like Social Security and disability benefits. This can be achieved by improving access to affordable housing, healthcare, and education. Putting money into programs for vocational rehabilitation and job training could encourage people with impairments to help friends who are veterans find meaningful work and become more financially independent, while guaranteeing access to high-quality healthcare services. To address the special difficulties that veterans encounter, mental health care and job assistance programs are essential. Many veterans suffer with mental health issues and impediments to re-entering the workforce, the civilian workforce, all of which can make financial hardship worse. In addition, systemic disparities and inequalities that disproportionately affect particular communities, such as women and low-income households and members of racial and ethnic minorities, must be addressed. These deeply ingrained problems frequently make vulnerable groups' financial hardships worse, causing a conclusion, a vicious cycle of disadvantage that needs to be addressed by specific policies and efforts. A major step toward giving millions of Americans financial relief is the introduction of the $5,500 direct payment boost for Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and VA claimants.